Let's hear it for George Shahal, everybody. And the Alberta delegation 2023. Bonsoir tout le monde. Good evening, everyone. Parliamentarians, guests, friends. Alberta, welcome to Ottawa. How was your day? Do you enjoy the meetings? Well, I can tell you there was certainly a buzz on Parliament Hill today, and that's in addition to picking a new speaker today. My friends, I can't tell you how much joy it gives to George and me to see all of you here today. It is a realization of an idea. 2 years in the making, we pursued this, and the Business Council of Alberta, thanks to Adam Legge and these fabulous partners here on stage, took up the challenge to bring a critical mass of Albertan businesses and organizations here to Parliament Hill. So I'm going to get you to hold your applause, and I want you to thank all of the people who are standing behind me. We have with Calgary Economic Development, Brad Perry. We have from Edmonton Chamber, Haider Al-Dahan. We have from Edmonton Global, Malcolm Bruce. We have from the Calgary Chamber, Deborah Yedlin. And you've already met Adam Legge. Give a round of applause for your team leaders who brought Alberta to Ottawa. Today, my friends, we have the opportunity to tell stories of our province, stories of groundbreaking innovation, of incredible opportunity, world-class communities, a spirit of entrepreneurship like no other, and a place where impossible just is not part of our vocabulary. Mes chers amis, aujourd'hui, nous avons eu l'occasion d'entendre les histoires de notre province, des histoires d'innovation révolutionnaire, d'opportunités incroyables, des communautés de classe mondiale et un esprit d'entrepreneurship pas équilibré nulle part d'autre. My friends, it's nights like tonight that build bridges, that strengthen the fabric across this great and vast country. Alberta will continue to lead Canada in economic growth. We will continue to be at the forefront in energy, employment, agriculture, medical science, and so much more. And now, it is time, and my great pleasure, to introduce a man who believes fundamentally in one Alberta, one Canada. Please join me. Put your hands together for the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau.
Wow, what a pleasure to be here tonight. Good evening, everyone. Merci, Randy, pour l'introduction, and merci, George, pour tes mots. You are two remarkable representatives for Alberta here in Ottawa and in our government. Alberta's lucky to have you, but we are lucky to have you as well. Thank you, both of you. To Adam and the Business Council, I have to say thank you so much for this vision, for the pragmatism, and mostly for the ambition. Being able to celebrate all the extraordinary things that Alberta, Albertans, and Alberta companies are doing to innovate, to see the future and build the future is something we don't get to do often enough. I know that politics and other challenges have us divided or people pointing out differences. But the fact of the matter is we don't build the right future for Canada if Alberta isn't at the center of everything we do. So I am so glad to be able to celebrate that with you tonight. I know you've all had meetings all day, and I hope they've been good for you, and I know we're always glad to hear from the Business Council of Alberta. Our government recognizes that for Canada to succeed, we need every region to succeed, and that in particular means Alberta. It's part of Canada that's always contributed incredible things to Canada and to the Canadian economy. And in this time of big changes, we need to work with you to make sure that you continue to. Because there's a lot of uncertainty in the world today. The pandemic disrupted supply chains. War has returned to Europe. A global inflation crisis increasing the cost of living for people here across Canada. And climate change is having a real impact on Canadians. The wildfires this summer were devastating, and some are still burning, even now that it's October. But as we work, all of us, together to address these very real challenges, our government has kept a keen eye on the opportunities that lie in the solutions. And I know a lot of Albertan innovators and entrepreneurs are just as keen. Some of you are here in this room tonight, members of the Pathways Alliance that is leading efforts in the energy sector to seize the opportunities of net zero. Folks from Wild and Pine, which I also met with last year, who are capitalizing on nature-based solutions. The technological innovations coming out of your province are world-leading. I'm thinking of companies like Air Products, leading on carbon capture, or clean fuel pilot programs like Canadian Pacific's hydrogen-fueled freight trains and fuel production stations. And you're driving huge growth in the renewables sector with projects like the Travers Solar Farm, which is the largest in Canada. Our government has made a significant commitment to being a partner with the business community in our collective work to build a clean economy. We've committed billions through investment tax credits for CCS, clean electricity, and clean technology. Comme je l'ai dit, il y a beaucoup d'incertitudes et de changements autour de nous tous. Et la meilleure façon d'avoir un avenir prospère, c'est d'avoir une vision et faire les investissements nécessaires qui vont permettre de garder des bons emplois et des bons travailleurs en Alberta. Unfortunately, there are politicians who'd rather rile up people's fears and anxieties instead of focusing on what we can do, what we need to do to secure a strong future for our economy. We need to make the very best use of the know-how of our energy industry and energy workers so we can make sure that Canada continues to lead. The politicians who'd rather deny the facts of the matter than take action to meet this moment are denying certainty to investors and business leaders, denying workers opportunities, and denying our kids and grandkids the secure future they deserve. The thing is, there is so much going on in Alberta that is positioning you to succeed. You're all making sure that you're a part of that, and I see it in this room. It's also happening at your universities that have Nobel Prize-winning scientists, medical researchers developing the medicines and treatments people need, and AI innovators helping lead the way in Canada and the world. I also know how Albertans are helping lead the way on economic reconciliation. I know there are partners here today from the Tsuut'ina Nation. To tap into our full economic potential, we need to make sure that everyone is part of the opportunities of the future and everyone is benefiting. So it's great to see a group representing women-led ventures here today as well. I know the theme of today is One Canada, One Alberta. I think that's exactly right. There's a lot of chatter about differences between the regions of Canada, but at the end of the day, we're all Canadian, and we share the same future. And I know we all want it to be a strong future, where people are set up to succeed and to thrive. C'est pourquoi on a travaillé en partenariat avec l'Alberta pour conclure une entente sur les garderies abordables qui a permis de faire économiser des milliers de dollars aux familles albertaines et d'observer une participation sans précédent des femmes dans l'ensemble de l'économie canadienne. It's why our government is working with the province to strengthen public health care. It's why we're working with communities, big and small, on historic investments in public transit. It's why we're working with cities and regions to build housing to meet this generational challenge. It's why we strengthened the Canada Pension Plan and why we need to make sure it continues to protect a stable and dignified retirement for all Canadians. Couldn't resist that one. But you know, the elephant in the room really is the environment. And across the country, I've had many, many conversations that have pointed out that we need to get Alberta on board if we're going to protect our country, if we're going to protect the future that Canadians want to see for their kids and grandkids. Well, the fact of the matter is, my response to people is, we don't get to the future we need to have for our kids and grandkids unless we involve Albertans unless Albertans lead the way, as they always have, on innovative energy solutions that not just Canada, but the world needs. We have benefited massively as a country from generations of hardworking Albertans who responded to the needs of our growing economy and the energies that we are going to take. Technological solutions that saw that the oil sands could be a viable source of the energy that Canada and the world needed. And now, as we're looking at a new set of challenges for the future, Albertans will once again be at the center of leading on the energy innovations that our country and our world needs, whether it's CCUS or solar or hydrogen or in technologies that haven't been developed yet. I know that the expertise and the ambition is there in Alberta, and I couldn't be more excited about it. We have a lot of work to do, but the world has a lot of work to do. And as we figure out these solutions, yes, it's about meeting the challenge that we need to meet to face down climate change and ensure a stronger future for our kids. But it's also about putting good jobs in our communities, putting food on the table, and building that bright future for future generations. That is the capacity that I know Albertans are all in for. So putting aside the complicated politics sometimes, let's just do what we do best as Canadians. Roll up our sleeves, get to work together, and build that better future our citizens and our children need. Merci beaucoup, mes amis. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you all. Looking forward to a lot more meetings like this. Merci beaucoup.